Hey guys, so in today's video it's a little bit different. Yes, the gameplay is Space Marine 2, but we're no longer talking about Space Marine 2. Finally going to move on from that game. I'm still playing it, don't get me wrong. I'm just not going to do any more videos on it for the time being, just because there doesn't feel like there's much more to talk about. Obviously, if anything comes up in the interim or the meantime, you can be sure that I'm going to make a video on it, because I really, really do love the game. But no, by the title you will have seen, this video is about my achievement challenge that I'd like to do. I'd like to offer to you guys as well for 2025. Now, for the people that know me, it's probably no surprise that I have an insanely big backlog of video games. Some of which are near completion, maybe 98, 99%. Some of which are halfway there, maybe 45, 46, maybe 50 or over. Some of which are just started, maybe 20%. Some of which are barely even touching the surface, so maybe 5%, 10%. And I know for a fact that I have a lot of these games. For example, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, still haven't done it. Still have not 100% completed that game, and I've brought that up now in about 3 different videos over the past couple of months, and I still haven't done it because I just can't be bothered to go back to it at the moment because I'm enjoying Space Marine too much. Grounded, very near completion, which I am going back to in a short while with friends. Simply got distracted by Space Marine. Literally just got distracted by that game and just kind of not forgot about Grounded, but I've been enjoying Space Marine so much that I just didn't go back to Grounded. So my idea is I'm not going to start this challenge this year, because I know for a fact there is a game or two that I'd like to get this year, so I'm not going to do that. Not going to do it this year. I'm going to start it next year, because we're in November already. We're basically in December at this point, because it's the 22nd. It's basically the end of November. The idea is, come the start of 2025, so as soon as it becomes January 1st, for that entire 365 days, so from January 1st all the way until the end of December into the new year, I want to try and go the entire year without purchasing any new video games. Now, there are a few caveats to this rule. For example, if it's something on Game Pass and I don't have to pay for it, that doesn't count, because Game Pass, although Game Pass is something I pay for on a monthly basis, I'm not outright buying the video game. Now, I will do my best to not go out of my way to abuse that rule a lot, because then that means that the challenge is kind of just null and void, because I could just be installing the entire Game Pass library at that point, and then there's no point to the challenge. But the reason I'm having that rule in place is because Game Pass obviously updates frequently, and it could be a game that is either on my backlog that was in Game Pass. For example, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was. It now no longer is on Game Pass, and I haven't purchased it fully yet. If it comes back on Game Pass, then I'll go back and reinstall it. Or, if a game that I really, really want to play, and I've wanted to play for ages, comes on Game Pass, then yes, I'm going to install it and take advantage of it while it's on there, rather than miss it for the sake of the challenge. That rule's only in there just for those scenarios. It does not mean I'm going to use that rule to just abuse the challenge and just go install this, install this, install this, because then that just completely defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to do. The second caveat to the rule of not buying any new games is if someone else buys me a game as a present, because obviously my birthday and Christmas, a lot of the time for me, it is just easier to buy the video game that I've been harping on about for months, and then you'll shut me up for months. This year it was Space Marine 2. Alex bought me Space Marine 2 for my birthday, and I've literally been playing it since my birthday. That was the 30th of October. We're now on the 22nd of November. I've played Space Marine every single day since then after work. I do not have a problem. I can stop whenever I want. I just don't want to. So that's the second caveat. If someone buys me a game for like a birthday or a present, that doesn't count, because I'm not going to turn to them and go, sorry, I can't accept this because I'm doing a YouTube challenge for the year. You'll have to take it back and find something else to get me. I'm not going to do that. I will accept the gift. However, I probably won't play the game immediately, just for the sake of the challenge. Maybe I'll keep the game in its wrapping, or I won't install it straight away. But those are the only two caveats to the rule. So I can't purchase any new games in 2025 personally myself. If a game on Game Pass comes out and it's a game I've wanted to play for a while, or it's a game that was on my backlog, got taken off Game Pass but is now being put back on, then I am allowed to install it. And if someone else purchases or buys another game for me as a present or a gift, that also does not count. Now, that's half of the challenge. So half of the challenge is me not buying any new games so I can kind of try and work through my backlog. The second part of the challenge is obviously working through my backlog. Now, I haven't taken a good look at it in a while. I probably should. My plan is, after this video is done, is to look at the backlog, work through my video games on a percentage basis, so try and figure out which ones are closer to completion than others, and then I'm going to work through the ones that are the closest to completion. That way then I can tally up a lot of completions quickly. It means I get a lot of games done from the backlog quickly, which means I can then uninstall them, finish them, and I know they're done. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a physical list and a notebook or something, and I am going to use that as my tracker for the whole year. And I will put out updates on either Instagram, because I am usually active there, but what I might do as well is I may do shorts on YouTube, which is not something I really do. I've done one, and that was just a snippet from my Ubisoft video, which if you haven't seen, go check it out. It's a good hour-long video about what the hell is going on with them, what they've done wrong, can they fix it, etc. That's the only short that I've ever done, was a snippet from that video in particular. But maybe this time what I'll do is, like, every time I've done a couple of games, or I've done a new game on the notebook, and I've ticked it off, then I'll put that on as a YouTube short, like a quick little snippy one, and just be like, yep, we've done this one, like, we're moving on to these ones next, and then there comes the third part of the challenge. So, first part, not buying any new games unless someone buys it for me, or it's on Game Pass and it's something I really want. Second part, obviously making a list, trying to get through my backlog, not as quickly as possible, because the point is this challenge is going to go through the entire year, but more so to try and get through as many of my backlog games as I can, so I know my backlog has been shortened, which is good, because it means I've got, you know, I've played more of the games that I've already owned. The third part of the challenge, now this is something I need to try and do. This is semi New Year's resolution, kind of, as well, is I would like to try and stream some of the games that I play. Now, there is a good reason to why I don't stream consistently. When I stream, I tend to like to stream by myself if I want to talk to you guys. The reason for that is that it makes it easier for me to talk to you guys when you're in chat and stuff, and it also means that I'm not having conversations with my friends or my girlfriend and then trying to have a conversation with you guys at the same time. I just can't focus on those two things at once. It's just, I just can't. I don't know why. I just really struggle to do it. So the reason I don't stream a lot is because when I am playing with friends and we are just kicking it back and having a laugh, obviously we are talking a lot of the time about our personal lives, work, stuff that's going on outside of work, personal lives, family, stuff that I don't really want to be just airing out in the open all the time. And of course, neither do they, because obviously if I'm streaming with them and they are including their mics, then we're all having a conversation, and that's great, and you know, it's cool, but we're also all talking about personal stuff in our lives, about our workplaces and stuff, and it's not something I really want to put on the internet, I guess. It just doesn't, in my head, it doesn't make for a good stream. Like, you don't really want to tune in to people who are just talking about their day-to-day 9-to-5s. That's not what I personally would click on a stream for. Therefore, I don't expect you guys to click on a stream for that, so that's why I don't do it. So what I might try and do for some of the games that I'm looking to do when they're single player, or things like that, is maybe like a day or 2 days a week where I deliberately don't play with friends and I will stream. And now I can't promise this, because obviously things change. It's a whole year that I'm trying to dedicate this challenge to. Stuff changes all the time. Some days I'm going to be home late from work, some days I'm not going to have time, stuff like that. So I'm going to try my best, because it would be interesting to like have the streams go in and you guys be able to like be along with me while I'm going through the games. I think that would be quite nice. But no, that's something I would like to try and do. So just to top it off then, the challenge is this. I'm not going to buy any new games in 2025. I will accept gifts from people, you know, when it's, you know, for my birthday and stuff, from friends and family and stuff. That's fine. And if a new game comes out on Game Pass that I really wanted to play, or a game is relisted on Game Pass and it was something I was playing and need to go back and finish, then I am allowed to install it. I'm going to make a list of all of my games that I have not 100% completed, and I'm going to see which of them are the closest, and then filter them then in the order of closest to completion and then least close to completion, and work through them that way. And the third part of the challenge is simply, I'm going to try and stream it as I'm doing it. I can't, again, promise a stream every week because life gets in the way, things change all the time, work is a problem, and unfortunately this is not my full-time job. If it was my full-time job, I'd be streaming 5 days, 6 days a week, no problem, because I love video games, but it's not my job. Unfortunately, it just means that I can't always promise time that I don't know I'm going to have, which sucks, and it's just how it is, because that's just life. Maybe in another year's time I won't be saying that, and maybe this will be my job, or it'll be the start of my full-time job instead of what I'm doing now, and then I can dedicate that time to you guys, and that would be great. But at the moment it isn't, and I need to be realistic that I know in the back of my mind that I might not have that time, that I can't promise it, but I will try. I would like to try and stream and stream the completions and go through that with you guys, and I think it would be a laugh. You know, and any questions people want to ask when I'm streaming, like when I start doing that, like as long as they're not super personal, like go for it. I don't really care. Like it's not going to bother me as long as it's not like a super personal questions. Then absolutely fire away. And yeah, I don't mind. But that's it. That's it. This video done. It's a little bit different because I don't think I've ever done a challenge on YouTube, and I know I'm not doing it yet. We're doing it next year, but I figured I'd put the video out now because I kind of want to see what people think as well. If a lot of people think it's a lame idea and are not interested, then maybe I won't bother. But if there are people that are like, do you know what, that would be interesting to see how many a person can do, then then if that's the case, then I'm going to do it. But that's it from me. I've got a shit ton of stuff to do today because I've literally been left a list of chores to do around the house. So I'm going to get this video sorted for you guys. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know what you think of the challenge, and feel free to kind of do a similar thing. If you want to, if you like the idea of, you have a backlog and you'd like to work through some of them, then absolutely feel free to use this idea. But yeah, that's it from me. If you did enjoy, as always, please leave a like. It does help, and please leave a comment. That helps even more. And then if you really, really want to help, then please subscribe. I only ask because a lot of the people that viewed my most recent video, pretty much every single one of you was not subscribed to the channel. If there's a reason for that, and there's something I can change, then let me know, because I'm always looking to try and obviously make this better. Because I know I can improve, and I know that I can make better videos. If there's something in particular you're looking to see, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Because obviously you guys, your feedback to me means I make this better for you. So literally anything you can think of that would improve, just tell me. I'm not going to take offense. I'm just going to take it on the chin, and we'll work from there. So yeah, that's the video done. Have a good day, evening or night. Take care of yourselves, guys. Much love, and I will see you all next week in next week's video. Have a good day.